Team Marksman recently hosted the 5th edition of Influential Leaders of India in Mumbai, celebrating the architects of India's transformation. The 2025 edition honored visionary leaders across sectors, trailblazers who've redefined leadership through innovation, resilience, and bold decision-making. Presented by Marksman Daily, the event recognized change-makers steering the nation's growth amid global shifts and rapid technological evolution. The event hosted an insightful keynotes and panel discussions. The evening culminated in the much-awaited felicitation ceremony, shining a spotlight on those shaping the future of India.
Ms. Shweta Shalini, may I please request you to be on stage with us as we announce our felicitation. May I also request Rajesh Khubchandani and Mr. Rishi Kapoor to kindly join us on stage to do the honors. Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for a very special moment this evening, the felicitation ceremony. This is where we take a pause to acknowledge and celebrate individuals who have left an indelible mark through their leadership, vision, and contribution to nation building. Without further ado, Anand Ramkrishnan, Managing Director, Equinity, India.
People become leaders over a period of time, and you start with your education, and then you have your various experiences once you step out of college, and that is what shapes a leader's experiences. In today's world, there are 2 or 3 things that change, that have changed significantly. One is the technology itself, right? So there's a huge change in technology between what was 20 years back and what is today. The second is in maybe around 30-40 years back, a generation used to be for 20-25 years. Every 25 years you probably had a new generation. Today, every 5 years you have a new generation. so that's a significant change. The third is the access to information. Right? Earlier it was restricted. Today there is free access to information. Now, given these 3 changes that have happened, one is the technology, the second is in terms of the rapid change in generations, and the third is the access to information. I think the most important aspect for a leader now is to actually stop believing the leader knows everything. And every day is a new day. It's important for us to keep looking at how we learn new things, keep an open mind, become a sponge, right? Keep absorbing, because someone with 6 months experience in the working world can probably give you an insight which you would never have got in the last 20 years, because they've seen something very different. And today's technology, today's kids can teach us a lot about technology and how to use it, and how we can use it to better our business. So I think the key point is to keep an open mind and to firmly believe that you know nothing and start from zero every day. I think that's the key learning I have.
The next set of awards, Shri Bhupesh Sushil Rahul, Chairman cum Managing Director, United India Insurance Company Limited.
In the insurance landscape, there is a life insurance and there is a general insurance. And we know that India is a big country and there are so much of population base. So with respect to life insurance, there is so much of opportunity. And then also we have the properties and of all this population. So as of now, there is hardly 1% penetration for the general insurance and around 3% penetration for life. So this is where for the past 1 decade, the government has taken an initiative to build and develop an ecosystem around to facilitate all these stakeholders, the insurance company, the intermediaries, the regulators and all, and wherein there is a vision of doing insurance for all by 2047. And each and every stakeholder have been given a specified role and responsibility, and they also have been given dedicated space to work on their own agenda. And there are a lot of reforms which has happened and a lot of customizations is happening.
Let's move on. Next award goes to Puneet Gupta, Managing Director and Vice President NetApp India, SARC.
When we think about leadership traits in these times of technology disruption, a few things come to my mind. The first is around curiosity and learning, and how important it is for the leader to be in a learning mode and to ask a lot of questions. Associated with that, and the second one is listening skills, that how much is the leader able to listen from customers and partners and colleagues and industry peers and so on. Between these two, it will help the leader to build a point of view around what's happening. And then when you look at the kind of initiatives which don't have a lot of history, it's important to take risk, be bold, and not be scared of failure. And then comes the part of the journey of these initiatives, because there is not a whole lot of precedent around it. The leader must have the ability to accept mistakes and to course correct as we go along. And finally, it's about the outcomes. Leaders should not stereotype themselves into the kind of outcomes that they want, because the outcomes can be multiple times more than what they may have anticipated. And that can be a game changer in the industry. Thank you.
As we conclude the Influential Leaders of India 2025, we celebrate those who embody adaptability, innovation, and sound decision-making, the true hallmarks of leadership in today's dynamic world. Each honoree stands as a beacon of passion, resilience, and vision, inspiring others to lead with purpose and courage. With that, Team Marksman wraps up another remarkable edition, honoring the architects shaping India's future. This event is brought to you by Team Marksman Network.